There are lots of positive thinking people who are thinking positively according to Norman Vincent Peale rather than according to the Bible. They're reading books by men that the world has said were successful, and they are not studying the Bible. The Bible gives life. Man can only give you his own philosophy, and it will not work. How we respect men who have acquired a lot of money and gotten a lot of fame and forget what really matters. True life is not in things. Are you hearing me? True life is not in things, and it's not in being famous. The world may applaud you when you do what they like, but you do something they do not approve of, they'll hate you for it. Look at Jesus. He never sought to please men, but he's still the greatest man that ever came to this planet. Does Jesus inspire you? Build your life on Jesus and his living word. Don't build your life on some philosopher. Wisdom doesn't come from age and experience. Wisdom comes from the anointing, Spirit of God. And in that realm, there's no guesswork. Success has no country. The government of any nation should not dictate your prosperity, your joy, your happiness, and your success. Are you hearing me? Hallelujah. Anything is possible. The disciples of Jesus found out they couldn't do something they wanted to do. They tried everything they knew. They said what they heard Jesus say. They did what they saw him do, and yet it didn't work. So they came to Jesus in the 19th verse of the 17th chapter of St. Matthew's Gospel. The Bible says, then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out? In other words, why couldn't we do it? Why didn't it work? We said what you said. We did what you did. Why didn't it work? It's the same story today. Lots of people are asking questions. Well, you know, we prayed about it, but the man still died. We prayed about it and we still lost that job. We prayed and we lost the baby. We prayed, we lost the money. We prayed and that still happened. Why? So I said, well, I can understand it. I did everything I know. Why don't you for a moment just discipline your mind and remember, there's probably something you don't know. So they came to Jesus, because when Jesus fixed it, they realized that what Jesus said, they had said. What Jesus did, they had done. So they said, Master, why couldn't we cast him out? Why couldn't we do it? And the 20th verse, Jesus, without mentioning words, gave them the right answer. He just hit the nail right on the head. Verse 20, Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief. When it comes to dealing with God, nothing is too late. You have to make up your mind about it. Nothing is too late when it comes to dealing with God. Somebody said, well, you know, our uncle, we were praying for him not to die, and then he died. I can understand it. I prayed and I had a prophecy and God said he will not die. But then the man died. I really feel bad about it. All right, remember Jesus. What about him? They came to Jesus in the 11th chapters in John's Gospel. They said, Master, he whom thou lovest is sick, Lazarus by name. And Jesus said, all right, I'll be there. Well, Jesus waited too long and the man died. And Jesus said, this sickness, he told him, he said, don't worry, I'll be right there. This sickness is not unto death. God will be glorified. In other words, the man will not die. And they were happy. And they went back home. They said, he ain't gonna die. But they were watching him and he was going slowly. Mary and Martha were there. They said, no, he will not die. We got to Jesus. He said he will not die. And Jesus said, he's coming. Well, the guy was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And then he died. And the two ladies felt terrible. Oh no, it's impossible. Where is Jesus? And he hadn't come. Oh no, no. But Jesus said he will not die. He said this sickness was not unto death. But, oh God, why? Why? Can you imagine what the situation would have been in that home that day with Mary and Martha, who had known Jesus so well? And Jesus said to them, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God. They must have become confused. How could he have said that? He had never lied to anybody. Is he a false prophet? What is all this? There they were confused. Number one, he didn't show up. He said he was coming and he didn't come. Number two, he said, it's not unto death. And the man died.